Shut up.
Like gone. I ain't got time for other people cheering. Good morning, ladies. We are currently on our way to the W2. I'm feeling good about it in general. Like I said, I always feel good about getting with the kids and, you know, working with them and things like that. There are some things I had to wake up and I was like, oh, there's some stuff I got to say goodbye to. Like, there are things you all probably take for granted at your job. If a co-worker comes in all extra cheerful and stuff, you can, hey, you know, Bob, give me about 5-10 minutes or an hour. Some of you literally, oh, you people who work from home, you get all the envy. Oh no, I think I just put lotion in my eye. But some of you work from home, some of you work in an office. There is no give me 10 minutes, certainly not an hour. Kids are not giving you that. That's 20 some odd of them too. Like, a lot of you know what it's like to have 2, 3, 4 kids, but imagine multiplying that by at least 5 and you have 20 some odd kids. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. But yeah, I don't get to say, give me a few minutes. I don't get to say, like, gone, I ain't got time for other people cheering. Like, it's a lot of stuff I don't get to say anymore, but I'm so happy about it because, yay! I mean, I have to convince myself that on the upside of this, there are a lot of people who are unemployed, underemployed, and all of those. I mean, I am underemployed. I could stand to earn some more money, but I'm happy to be employed. I'm gainfully employed, so there's that. My granddaughter is also getting ready to start her that child. So I have elected to, you know, do a little back to school shopping with her or whatever, specifically buy her backpack. So this past weekend, she and I got to spend some time together, and everywhere she went, that little girl was begging. So we went to a festival. She got a hot dog stuffed toy, all this other stuff. But anyway, we finally get to the point where I'm getting ready to go to Ulta Beauty, have the whole talk with her. Listen, this is a grown-up store. It's Mimi's turn. Mimi's going to buy, you know, some things for her. Now, I don't know how it is in your city, but a whole lot of the Ultas here are located very nearby a 5 and below. That just happens to be her absolute favorite store. So I'm like, okay, babes, you've already got some things. It's Mimi's turn now. You know, when we go into this grown-up store, I'm going to buy some stuff, okay? Okay, all right. She understood. While we go in there, and they got this big old Hello Kitty display. And since I bought her a Hello Kitty backpack, she finds some kind of lip gloss screw-on, screw-off thing, or lip balm, whatever it is. It's clear. That she can attach to her backpack, and the begging began all over again. So now we get home, we're unloading stuff. By the way, we've been to McDonald's, chicken nuggets. Like, when I say begging, full on beg fest. So we get back home, we're unloading stuff from the garage, and I'm like, she just jumped out the car ready to go in, loose and free. Oh, no. You got some stuff to come and get. You know, you got to carry some of this as well. And just as serious as she could be, she looks at me and she's like, Mimi, I can only carry like 1 or 2 stuffs. oh, see, but you beg for about 5, 6, 7, 8 stuffs. So your stuff to bags ratio is going to have to get in alignment, because no. And here's what too, when we went to McDonald's, so I also have a jar of coins that I save, and then once the jar is full, take it to the bank and deposit it into her account and so on. We go to McDonald's, and they have the little Ronald McDonald House box in which you can drop coins and stuff, and she had asked me about it, so we put some coins in there, and I was like, yeah, it's for kids who are less fortunate. They don't have as much as you, and it goes towards helping them. She was cool with that up until I said, yeah, so we'll take some of this money that we would normally put in your jar and we'll put in there. And she's a sweetheart. She still wanted to share some, not all now. Some. Charity does begin at home. So she still wanted to share some of that money. All right, now fast forward back to when we get to the house and she's talking about her stuffs and how she can't carry more stuffs. I was like, well, I guess next we need to donate some of your things to those kids at the Ronald McDonald House as well. Of course, she went back and she started helping, but the moral of all this as I'm going into work is a lot of times I think we as parents, we kind of forget the mission of being parents. And yes, I count myself as a grandparent, still a parent. It's not to raise little people to live in our home, because they're going to grow up and move out and they're going to need to function in society. That's the mission. We're raising them and rearing them to function in society. So I feel like she's learned a lesson, and has it fully sunk in? No. But I feel like she's getting a peek into the lessons of course, giving, being thankful and recognizing that you have a lot of things, and just some of the things that I think are going to carry her through life. Because I was thinking about her and I thought, man, if we think social media is a beast now, right now, what is it going to be like, you know, when she gets older? What is it, not forget about older, as she enters elementary school? I'm aware as an elementary teacher that there's stuff going on now. Look at that camera just shaking. I'm aware that there's stuff going on now that ruins a child's whole day. That more than a day. I mean, it's really, it's a lot. So I feel like the sooner we can start imparting those important lessons and thoughts and ideas, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's when they're young, the sooner the better, because it's a lot going on out there, a whole lot. Ooh, I'm about to be late. It's about 7:45 in the morning. Meeting starts at 8. I mean, but what are we meeting about this brand new? That's another, I'm telling you, we have 11 meetings. Sometimes we have meetings to talk about the meeting that we just had. Like, I wish I was making this up. We've had data meetings to discuss the data. We then, of course, that makes sense. Okay. Now we got to break apart the data and talk about it, and then put it back together and talk. Meanwhile, the graduation rate continues to do what it does. I don't think 11 meetings and charts. Shh, you're gonna start. Don't get started. It's gonna be a good day. It is. I know that part. I've never had a bad year at all. Like 20 somebody, I've never had a bad year of teaching. I've had some that were more challenging. I've had some students that were more challenging. But I've never had a bad year of teaching. I have seen the changes of being a teacher. Yeah, definitely. But regardless of what else is going on the outside, once I get in there and I get to do my thing with kids and I get to talk with them and help them understand how to navigate life and things like that. Because, you know, you can't spend as much time with kids as I do and simply teach math and simply teach reading and things like that. A whole lot of that time is spent on, because, and here's the thing too, back in the day when I first started teaching, if you would have told me that there's going to be a such thing as podcasting and that would not have even gelled with me. That wouldn't have made sense. And darn sure if you'd have told me there would have been a thing called YouTube and I'd actually be on it. Huh? What? So we have to prepare them for jobs that we have no idea will be in existence in the future. But what they will need to do is they will need to know how to maintain their sense of confidence and things like that. They'll have to understand a sense of fairness, right and wrongness, how to get alongness. You know I'm making up words, but that's okay. They'll have to understand things like that, and that's a huge part of what we teach. I mean, yes, we teach math, science, and all of that stuff, but you'd be surprised how often I have to teach the lesson of treating people the way you want to be treated, things of that nature. And that part I enjoy, and seeing their eyes and the revelations of, oh, like, wow, okay. Yeah, it's pretty stinking awesome to see little people grow into, I don't want to say real people, but that's how it feels. Like because when they're little, they're just kind of moving around, going through life, looking and absorbing. But then there's that thing where it starts to click and they start to understand that, you know what, I can make a difference. I can be this kind of person in my community. I can do that in my classroom. I can, whatever else it may be. I've had a lot of kids, unfortunately, who have had some home lives that, were less than ideal. And it feels so good to be that safe haven when they come to school. Granted, when they first come, they ain't coming with their arms open like, oh, I'm so happy to have another adult that I don't trust, telling me what to do. That does not happen. But when you win them over time and all of that's a beautiful thing. And when I think I shared with you all before, that last year I ran into someone at Dollar Tree that I taught, and he was able to tell me a whole lot of the things that he still remembered that I used to teach them with regard to working hard and playing hard, and like I said, treating people the way you want to be treated, maintaining your sense of dignity and calm and all of that as much as possible. You're not always going to go through life sprinkling fairy dust and being happy, sharing cupcakes. You are going to get upset sometimes, but then, bringing it back in and making it useful, making your thoughts and your time useful, making it matter here, because otherwise, what are you doing? Like, it's the difference to me between being alive and just living from day to day. I'm probably preaching to the choir because I'm really hoping that we are all living and enjoying and, really having a contemplative lifestyle where we think about the things we're doing and we think about how we carry ourselves. And I'm sick of my eye watering. But anyway, I'm getting close to work, so I'm going to take the camera down and we'll talk some more soon. Get my hands off. Might have messed around and hit slow-mo again. Oh well, we'll see. But good morning. We are on our way to our W-2. I have actually been at work a few days now. The very first day I went back to work, I tried to record me setting up my classroom and stuff, but I kept having coworkers come in and speak and all of that, and it was busy. And I have not said anything at work really. I told my grade level partner that I started my YouTube channel. That's about it. But since the majority of my coworkers don't know, unless you said something and I don't think so, but since they don't know, I don't set up my camera and things when they may come in and through my room. So how has work been since I've been back? It's been interesting. There have been some changes. I have a new curriculum. Oh yeah, I moved from 2nd grade to 1st grade. So of course I have to learn that curriculum to teach it effectively. But in addition to that, there have been all kinds of other changes in terms of how we do small group and when and how many times and all of those things that are different. I was going to put it back in the shade. Yeah, that looks awkward. But anywho, currently I'm on my way to convocation, which is an educator's way of saying a pep rally. So we do this, we kick off the start of the year, we acknowledge all the teacher of the year, sorry, got to put that visor on, all the teachers of the year and all of that, and it's a pep rally. But I've got a lot that I need to do in my room and stuff that I would rather do, but it's okay. I just wanted to check in and let you all know I haven't forgotten about you all as we do our work in our classrooms. I just haven't been able to film it. It's been not exciting stuff, I'll tell you that. Meetings every day, working in my room every day as well. A lot of people actually went in early, and that's pretty much the expectation of education, and I did that a whole lot of years. We do a lot of work off the clock. All right, we'll talk more, and later today, since we've done all the hellos and goodbyes and greetings and all of that stuff, later today I should be able to film a little bit in my classroom. I talk enough about what I do. Sometimes it'll be good to see what I actually do, and I'll even try to film some of that throughout the year. It's this stuff that really does make me feel good. I'll talk to you soon. There's our convocation for the day. It's still going on just a little bit. I need to take a breather, sit in my car for a second and cool off. Can't take it. All outdoors. So what I noticed in the story was the only time he had friends was when he knew how to be a friend. Again, nobody wants to be friends with someone who doesn't know how to be a friend. When he didn't speak to anybody and he just walked by, did he have any friends? Nope. No. But when he started being friendly, started sharing, spending time, started helping people, then of course he had a friend. Well, right here, I want to show you my heart. So my brother would tell me I was pretty. And then when my mother couldn't hear, you know what he would say? Pretty ugly. And whenever he would say that, my heart, which kind of looked like this, would kind of feel like this. It's still a heart. It's not all nice and neat like it was before. It has a little wrinkle in it. So here's what I want us to do. Have you ever heard someone say something mean at school? Oh, brother, if you heard something at school that might have put a little wrinkle in your heart, let me know. Now, this could be something someone said to you, or it could be something that you heard and you thought that wasn't nice. Have you ever heard anything at school? No? Be quiet. You heard somebody say be quiet before? What have you heard? Shut up. Oh! That's really bad. What have you heard?
I heard them say, I'm not your friend anymore. Oh!
Not nice. What have you heard?
B-word.
And I don't think you mean blue, brown, or black when you say the B word, but I don't want to know what it is, okay? That might hurt my ears. Someone said you're stupid? Oh my goodness, that really put a wrinkle in. Yes?
I heard them say, shut up, bitch.
Uh-oh, we don't say words like that at all. Got it?
No.
What does that start with? A B? That's the same word he said, the B word. We don't say that at all. Got it? Okay. Not even when you're telling me about it. But if someone did say that, that would hurt. Ooh. And my pretty little heart, it's not so pretty anymore. All right, friends, we know all the things that put these wrinkles in our hearts. We said a lot of things that put those wrinkles in there. And then here's what I want to try to do. I want to try to smooth it out so it's not as wrinkled as it was before. But here's the thing, friends. No matter how much I try to smooth it out, do you think it's ever going to be the exact same that it was before?
No.
It's not. No matter what I do, I might even get a book, maybe my book. No matter what I do, it's never going to quite be the same. So here's the thing. Those things that we said before that put wrinkles on people's hearts, those are things we need to make sure we don't say again. What were some of those things we said though? I'm trying to, oh, I remember one of them was, shut up. Does anyone remember us saying that one? That was a not so nice one. What was another one we said? I'm trying to remember. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here just because we've got to get ready to do one more thing in our seats for our work. Then we've got to get ready for tummy time. Anybody hungry?
Yeah!
So we've got to get ready for that. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to put my heart up here somewhere just so we can remember. And every so often, you might see me kind of point to our heart in case some of us forget. Hey ladies, as you can see, I am in the process of cutting up some melon for the week. I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. I have not stepped on the scale, but I can tell by the way I feel, I have definitely gained a lot of weight. Once I started packing, unpacking, and moving, starting schooling, and all of that other stuff, I stopped walking, and it's weird. It's like I break one healthy habit, and several of them go down the drain. I'm not good at, hey girl, you messed up one thing, go ahead and stop, reset, and get it back together, which is what I know I should do. It's just not what I actually do. But that being said, I figured while I cut my watermelon, I'll go ahead and, excuse me, of course school has started, so I'm getting a little bit hoarse. Hopefully I'm hydrating and doing all the things to try to nip it in the bud this year. But anyway, I figure I'm getting kind of bolder in some of my video choices. Like my last video, I went ahead and left on the visibility for the like button. You know what, let me stop right here. Many of the people who view me are returning people as well as subscribers. So let me just remind you, if you have not yet hit the like button, please remember to do so. In fact, we can pause and you can do it right now. Go ahead, it'll be okay, it's fine. And let me just say this. Hi, thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't figured it out yet, I am Kimberly, and I really appreciate having you here. Hopefully, as you continue to watch me in videos and we get to chat in the comments section, because I'm very interactive in the comments, you'll consider me to be one of your new friends. And if you're one of my good friends who's already subscribed and watched me for a while, again, please remember to hit the like button. And thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate you. Now, as you may notice, well, I haven't edited yet, but I am going to include, well, okay, by the time you watch this is my outro, right? Think about it, Kimberly, it's getting late at night, maybe that's the problem. But I have never shown any footage of me teaching before. So that's just a little snippet of some of what I teach, some of the lessons, I would say even values that I try to impart, excuse me. If that lesson seems a little immature, it's because it is. We haven't even had school for a full week yet, but I try to start early with regard to teaching lessons on how to be friends and all of that stuff, because it's just important and it helps our year get off to a nice smooth start. And it's kind of weird when you do that, because some parents just don't receive those lessons well. I'll never forget one year I had a little boy and his dad came to pick him up, and right before the little boy left, he turned around, came back, and he gave me a hug. He was like, goodbye. And I got a full long email from that father, you know, expressing, hey, I appreciate you being his teacher. He has a lot of nice things to say, but I don't want you hugging him, as it tends to make boys soft. And I'm trying to raise him to be, you know, a strong little boy, or grown to be a strong man. It was a pretty detailed email. And I felt kind of bad about it, but then again, I didn't. I actually had to go and ask that the child be moved from my room, because I couldn't figure out how to not be receptive to his hugs, especially when other kids are hugging. Like, I'm not going to be able to say, no, you can't hug me, your father said, or things like that. And in fact, immediately after getting it, you know, my mind was, as we had to, thinking about lawsuits and things like that, because you'd be surprised how often some people try to sue us. And so I was like, yeah. The very next day when the little boy came, I was a little more distant. I put a little distance between us, and I didn't even feel good about that. So I was like, yeah, he has to go to a different room. And it was so sad, because the little boy said, if we hug, you know, I won't tell. And of course, you know, I mean, you can hear the implication of that, of having a secret relationship with the student. That doesn't even sound right. And so I just ended up having to say he had to go, and it felt so sad. I always wondered about them too, because not even a week later, that family actually transferred out. I want to say they moved out of state, but it was just a whole weird circumstance. And sometimes I feel like I have to walk that line of some values that I want to teach children, such as being a friend, to have a friend, and treating people the way you want others to treat you. That to me just seems so universal. But if I'm being honest, so does hugging. I mean, he's 6, he's not a man, so if a 6-year-old wants to hug, let him hug. But I'm also one of those people, I don't care for it when I see parents, hold their little girl's hand to walk across the street, but hold their boy's head. Let that little baby or that little boy be a boy. Hold his hand. It's not going to make him soft either. I don't know if that's like the big concern or worry. I don't know if soft is like a euphemism for gay. I really don't know what that is. I just know that 6 is just 6. I mean, 6 years on this planet is not a long enough time to stop hugging or to, insist that they become men. I don't, like I said, try to make sure my values don't cross the line with other values, and the things I'm teaching are universal. I think it was in the last week or so that there was a young lady, she was doing an interview, and she had a white top with a cardigan. Some of you are going to know what I'm talking about. And she paired it with a pair of black shorts. And she genuinely seemed to think that it was appropriate. Now, I do feel like her later responses may have been for the views, but initially, I'm pretty sure she was dead serious about her outfit being suitable for an interview. While the vast majority of people knew that didn't go, I felt like she didn't know that that didn't fly. And some of the comments I thought were just mean. And I'm sitting here thinking that no, this is pretty on track with what I've been seeing with regard to teaching the values and understandings and things that we think are common sense, honestly, aren't that common anymore. Things we think are common values are not that common anymore. And I mean, her responses were pretty tame. I have heard and seen where people have been corrected or advised. I won't even say corrected, I'll say advised about something. And the attitude they got was absolutely nasty. So sometimes you really have to be careful. But anyway, I will say that since school has started up again, I don't know if I put all this in this big bowl knowing I need to take a little bowl for lunch. But since school has started up, oh my goodness, I have been truly worn out. A couple of days, I have literally come home and gone to bed. Like, it's insane. I did manage to do a little bit of grocery shopping, do some meal prepping, and get all of that together, but I fell short when it came to cutting up my watermelon. Anywho, I could tell by some of the comments that were made, getting back to the lady who had the questionable, we're going to call it that, the questionable interview outfit. Oh, now it's like a next couple. I could tell by some of the things that some of the people were saying that they may have an idea of what's appropriate to wear, but maybe not an idea of how to talk to someone or how to help someone. I just feel like we're getting to a point where, first of all, there's a gender war, and that's a problem. I don't understand it. That's actually freaking weird. I don't even understand the competition that goes on between men and women because, again, I don't think we should be competing. Ooh, I'm tired, I guess. I don't think we should be competing. I feel like we're to compliment. Oh, why am I getting ready to pull this and put it in the way? I guess because I know where it goes. So that's weird to me. But then too, just a lot of times it's not what you say to people, it's how you say it to them. And I'm just trying to impart some of those lessons on kids for now. And it just really does start early. I don't even know what I'm going to title this vlog because I haven't looked back on it yet, but I feel like much of what I'm talking about is talking. Like figuring out how to talk to people and to just get along. Like it really doesn't cost anything to be friendly. And if you can't be friendly, it doesn't cost anything to just be quiet. There's nothing wrong with just being quiet, people. I mean, say it in a kind way or don't say it at all. Some of the things I see and read are just crazy to me. I don't get it. But anyway, I have finished cutting up my watermelon and I just wanted to get back on and close out this vlog, and I hope to see you next week. Hope to have much more energy, but I'm telling you, these 100-degree days and teaching and getting back in the vibe and groove of things, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I haven't even been able to go listen to music and all of that. I did go by Cooper Hawk Winery and do a little tasting, but I don't even think I stayed there for half an hour. It was like taste. You know what? Actually, I'm tired and I was ready to go. So hopefully, you know, I get my energy up. I eat my fruit, maybe even start walking. I think that's a whole lot of it. I've been pretty sedentary lately. Like it's time to get up, move, and get in the groove of things and post again and all of that. But anyway, if I haven't said it so far, thank you so much for tuning in to this video, and I hope to see you in another one. All right, take care and good night.